What's up, guys? It is so good to be back. It is good to be back in an uptrend. It's good to be back on my channel, and it is good to be back home in my Melbourne home, hanging out by the pool right now. I will show you around in a second, but just wanted to have a quick chat about Bitcoin. This isn't going to be a long video, just a bit of an update. I did do a really deep dive yesterday. If you guys don't know, my market updates are now actually over on the Crypto Banter channel. So there's been about 3,500 of you that have subscribed to this channel, which, by the way, thank you so much. But you subscribed and I haven't done a video update since. So if you don't know where I've gone, I'm over there on Crypto Banter. I do updates 3 days a week, and now I will be coming back to do other videos and stuff on this channel, probably much shorter, just quick updates on what's actually happening day to day, but I'll do my more long-term macro stuff over on that channel. So yesterday I was talking about a couple of things. I was talking about really high time frames, and then also all the way down to what I think might happen at the start of this week. I think there may have been some confusion in what I was saying, because I essentially was saying that I don't think we're going to get a deep pullback until we move further up. However, that didn't mean I think today is going to be up. So I think there's some confusion sometimes when I jump around from time frames. So on this video right now, I'm going to go to my computer in a second, and we're going to have a look at just what's happening for today and what UK and maybe US might do. And you know, that essentially, even if we pull back for today or this week or whatnot, I don't think this is the higher time frame pullback yet, but we'll go have a look at the charts and discuss that. And yeah, let's do a little bit of a house tour as we make our way up there. I'll see you in a second. What I was talking about with regards to higher time frame versus lower time frame. This is currently the 4-hour chart, and this was the formation that I was talking about on yesterday's video. So you can see here we haven't broken it yet. We're essentially just in a range. And so what I was saying on yesterday's macro update was that, you know, as long as we're in this range here between the 33.6 to the 36K, we could just be building up in a range whilst the market makers building their contracts to take another move to the upside, because there's all this liquidity up here. Now, of course, if price were to come down, we do have heat map orders currently at 34,000 and a liquidation level at 33,900. We also have heat map shorts at 36. So those two levels there where we have the people waiting to long and short Bitcoin really just show that they're holding this range, which is what my point was pretty much. So, you know, but that doesn't mean that if price were to come down into this zone, that on a very small time frame, that won't end up being a 3-level drop. So, but it just keeps us in the higher time frame range. So at this point in time, we are creating higher lows, even with this morning's false move that happened in the dead gap zone. What we'd be waiting to see when UK opens is if it ends up dropping that diagonal support, because that's also the 50 EMA right there on the 4-hour time frame. The exact point that I was making yesterday was it may not necessarily turn out to be an amazing short, because it may only short down into this zone, and the real better short is going to be if it actually breaks below that 36.6 level. Then you've got some decent areas of liquidity to take out. But some people would choose to take a chance on that to get a better entry. You know, some people may see this as an M formation. It drops to here, retrace for a retest, Now we drop again. That's going to be our second drop, retest again, come down. And, you know, that could end up being 3 level drops that come all the way back to this liquidation level at 30,750. So, you know, whether you take a chance on a short or not is up to you. All I'm saying, on a higher time frame currently, we really are doing nothing but ranging. And so whilst we're ranging, you have to be prepared that the market maker is building contracts for another big move. But whether that's to the upside or downside, we don't exactly know yet. It could just go sideways, you know, for another few days. When we're talking a 4-hour time frame, it takes a long time, you know, for it to actually make a move. So just to clear that up, you know, when I was saying that I think that we will go up before down, I'm talking about very macro kind of thing, meaning that I don't think we're going to get a 30,750 retest without breaking this range to the upside first. And I could be wrong about that. Time will tell. Obviously, as more candlesticks form, I'll get a better idea. And what will invalidate that idea would be if we come down into these buy orders at 34K kind of area and we don't hold. If we don't hold, then yeah, we're going down first before we go up. Either way, great. We want those retests to be able to buy for the long term anyway. So it doesn't really matter. I just, at this point in time, I just feel like if we were going to have a really big pullback, they wouldn't have held price in this range for so long, because why would they give us so many chances to get into a short? It doesn't really make sense. You know, in the absence of news, I just think we're ranging. So that's kind of what's going on. But 15-minute time frame, let me do a very quick update for Bitcoin, where we're at today. Now, on that yesterday's video, I did a deep dive about the false move week beginning and how when we're in a bull market and we're in a bear market as well, that behavior changes of the false move week beginning. And the reason that it changes is because weekends are usually used by retail to buy, or panic sell if it's a bear market. So we have to kind of learn to read the false move week beginning a little bit differently. Unfortunately, that can mean no more weekends off that we're used to at TTC. We like to, you know, have our few days of chill, but you know, that's what it is. If you want to take advantage of the big moves, some of them are probably going to start coming on weekends soon if this uptrend continues. But what I did say was that whatever trend is formed on the weekend usually gets taken back at some point when the market actually opens for that week. And we will usually return very close to the New York close. And so that is, if you can see here on these dots right here, that candle right there was the New York close. And you can see that just here in the dead gap zone, price did come back to it. We wicked below it and actually took out this liquidation level at 34,384, but we closed back above it. And so far today, we've remained above it. So that's what you're kind of looking for in a false move week beginning now, is to see when price comes back to the New York close from Friday. And then you're just looking at market structure from there to get a new trade for the week for your 3-day swing at a minimum. So what happened since then was we had, you know, we know that this shaded area right here is the dead gap zone, and it's the most highly manipulated point of the whole day. So, you know, it's low volume because the market makers aren't around. So whales play their games and kind of trick retail and whatnot. So that's why we see this big wick to the upside here and a big wick to the downside here. So we don't really want to be part of that, and you don't want to be trying to get into trades based off of that. But now we want to look for the follow through, and there is an hour left of Asia as I'm filming this. So I should get this uploaded before UK starts, or at the very beginning of UK anyway. But what I would be looking for in UK, if I want a hint that we're going to the upside now, because at this point in time, this is a higher low. So the initial low of the day has been set here currently at 34,636. And then we had this move up here that's created the initial high of the day. And we have created a higher low since then. It kind of does look a little bit like a bull flag type formation. Then yeah, we've retraced to the 61.8 on that. Yeah, so look, basically that just means that that's where the interest is currently for now. It could be that this is starting to form as we're heading into the end of Asia. This is forming the left side of a W. If you get the right side when UK opens, then we know we are going up first, and we'll be looking to break this range next. So not a huge trade. Like if it doesn't break the range, it's not a huge trade to begin with. You know, let's just say you get your entry somewhere there and your stop loss would go under, because this would be the first peak. and your take profit would go, you know, to be safe somewhere around here. It's a 3.5 to 1 risk to reward. If it breaks through, it will end up being a great trade, but you can't bank on that because we've closed here many, many times in this zone. So, you know, it's still tradable though. A 3 to 1 risk to reward is still a good trade if that's the best we can get out of it. Now, could you say that this right here is the W already? You could. It depends whether you personally would count it as a multi-session W or not. And the reason I say that, this technically happened in the weekend, so it's not an actual session. I mean, look, it was one candle into dead gap. Look, even if you just said this was a dead gap zone left side of a W and this is the Asia zone right side of the W, that makes it a multi-session W. Possible. I personally just don't like to include dead gap zone price action. In a case like that, if I was unsure, then I would just wait for price to break the EMA, retest it, and if it did all of that, I'd feel more confident that the next attempt into this zone, it was going to break anyway. So I'd put my target up here at the next unrecovered vector candle, which would be a bigger trade. So there's some options. Now, what would I do to go short? I would probably have to have a look where the range went for Asia. Asia's not finished yet, but let's just say that this is going to be our Asia range for the day. And that's the 50% area right there, which is at 34,940. For me to think short after the UK opens, it would have to fail to get above that level. Then I would think we're going down here to these, you know, take out this liquidation level here, and then, oh no, it's already taken that one out, sorry, but come down into these buy orders at around 34K. Again, that's just going to be the bottom of the higher time frame range. That's a very interesting area right there. The 34,940 is very interesting because we've got the 200 and the 50 EMA there as well. And we've got this red vector candle that price is currently recovering to. So if price can't get above there, you would assume we're going down further today. But if it can in the next session, then yeah, we're coming up for these higher levels all the way up here, up to at least the 36. Let's just see if they're still there on the heat maps. Whilst I'm waiting for that to load, just if you're looking for somewhere to trade, guys, check out the links in the description of this video because I've got a number of exchanges for you to choose from. Depending on where you are in the world, you can get one of these will work for you. And if not, there's VPN down there as well that you can get that may help you out. But any of these links over here will get you access to my Discord, and with BingX here and also with Bitget, you actually get 10% cash back on your trading fees as well. And with all three of them, if you deposit 500 USDT or more, you actually get access to one of my courses, the Zero to Crypto course, which is a beginner's course. So if you're, you know, just starting to get into crypto, that's going to be a really good course for you. And then it's only $100 deposit to get access to the Discord. So check out those links and check out NordVPN down below as well if you need a VPN, which everybody should be using one for crypto anyway. Let's have a look at this. So see here, these are the levels that I'm talking about. See how this one stands out currently up here and this one down here. They're just the highest orders, longs and shorts that we have at this point in time in the range. And that you can see there, the 344 is at 34,000 and the shorts, the 263 shorts is at 36,000. So when you go back to Bitcoin on the 4-hour range, 4-hour time frame, you can see here that is simply just the bottom and the top of the range. So yeah, maybe some scalps at best, but we may just dance around in this range for, you know, a longer period of time. Just going to quickly finish off with Ethereum because Ethereum at this point in time has failed to break the 4-hour vector candle that is unrecovered from all the way back here, which is July 2023. If it can get through it, there is another one up here, but at this point in time, it is struggling and it's kind of creating a rising bearish wedge. This is a bearish pattern, but it doesn't really have enough touches yet. So it's possible it comes back down to the bottom of the range, goes up here before we get that deeper pullback. Just keep an eye on that. What you'd be looking for to invalidate that idea would be that it comes down to the bottom of the range, creates a lower high within the channel, and then you just say, nah, it's not going to go up here for another touch. It's going to break down like fairly soon. So that's what you'd be looking for on ETH. Look, there are levels above it as well. So it really depends. It's got to get through this zone if it's going to have any more upside. But it is kind of looking like it's building a little bit of that wedge pattern that may just be, and the reason I think it may push up one more time is because this is 1, this whole thing here is 2, this is 3, there should be 4 and potentially 5. So if the whole thing is to play out, there should be another, another touch to the bottom and another touch to the top, but it may fail before that. So look out for lower highs within this channel to give you the hint that it's going to come down and, start to recover some of this, which would be great because this just gives us a chance to buy in at lower prices. But if it gives us a high low or it touches the bottom and doesn't break it, it's possible it's going to come up here first, to maybe the 1950 kind of area before it ends up giving us the actual pullback that we're all waiting for. All right, guys, I'm going to leave it there. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to hit that subscribe button. If you're not already subscribed, smash up the like, leave me a comment below. Let me know what you think of the market so far. And don't forget to check out the links down below for those exchanges, to get into the Discord, to get the free course, to get your VPN, all that kind of stuff. I'll see you on the next one.